Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be for your Gemini, Sun and Moon, Rising, and Venus. For those of you guys who don't already know, I shuffle and premeditate the cards ahead of time. Okay, so to save you all that juju jazz, we're going to take a look at what's happening with the person on your mind for love regarding November 2020. We're going to look at their energy, present situation, your energy, how they feel about you, how they think about you. We're going to look at the possible outcome. We're going to pull some advice. We're going to then take a look at anything, a preview of what you need to know or what's coming towards you anywhere from now to the next 3 months. And then we're going to pull some cards from the Twin Flame deck. And if you don't already know what that is, that's like basically like if your person could tell you anything, what would they tell you? Okay, keep in mind, guys, that the energy can always be vice versa. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, it's not going to resonate with everyone. If it's not your story, it's not your story. Okay. For those of you guys who are new to my channel and don't know, I used to be on YouTube a long time ago. And I had a lot of tower moments, so I got off, and now I'm back. So if you want to help grow this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, show support, and yeah, I guess hit that bell if you want to be notified for future videos, okay? Also, guys, channel update real quick. I'm going to be doing... because a lot of you guys know I'm still going through cancer treatments. So my channel's been a little rocky. I'm also like full-time college, whatever. Okay, I do tarot full-time in my personal life. I'm a tarot reader. All right, so what I'm going to try and do is that right after this Gemini spread, I'm going to make another Gemini video. And we're going to look at like things like money, if you're dealing with a new person, a past person, actions are going to take towards you, things like that, because these are things that some of you guys have emailed me about or tried to message me about, and I was trying to find time to do that stuff like in the middle of the month. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm thinking I'm going to just do like the zodiac sign and then the second spread back to back before I go on to a new zodiac sign, because I try to keep these monthlies short, but sometimes they last like an hour and then I get so drained I don't make it to all the signs. Anyway, so let's pull some cards and look. So I will be doing that other Gemini video right after this, okay? All right. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, this is something I'm thinking about. Okay. All right, let me know your thoughts. Maybe I'll just do another sign. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so Gemini, your person's energy as of right now, we got the King of Wands. You could be dealing with a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, possibly a Scorpio. It doesn't have to be. It could just be in their chart. Okay, I like to pull clarifiers before I continue, because I could take this a couple ways. So let's take a look. You guys aren't like so glad 2020 is almost over. Oh my yes. No, I do astrology too. Not on YouTube, but I'm an astrologer too, and I can tell you that 2021 is going to be so much better. Astrologers have been predicting 2020 has been going to be crazier than ever since like 7 years ago. Like literally, you can find YouTube videos of astrologers predicting 2020 to be catastrophic. For everyone a long time ago. Okay, so your person got Hierophant and Knight of Swords. So Taurus energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so with the King of Wands here, the Hierophant and the Knight of Swords, I feel like your person right now is in overdrive of being... I feel like they might be focused on themselves right now. Your person... whoever they were when they were with you, they could have been this energy still. Maybe that's why you're a little sad or heartbroken over them. Maybe that's why you kind of ping about them. You're curious about them. But your person as of right now, regardless of who they were, your person as of right now is very confident in their ability to get what they want. If at one time they were confused about this connection, or they were sulking over it, or they were feeling some type of way. I feel like that person in this point in time, now feelings can always change, but at this point in time, your person is putting themselves on the front burner. It's like enough with the hogwash type of shit. Your person is very driven to do what is right and to go after what they want in life. This person could be they are a strong partner. They can be loyal. They can be dependable. Again, don't know who they were when you guys were at your best. But as of right now, that this person is taking a moral high ground in life. They're like, okay, this is what I want in life. This is who I want to be, and I'm going to go get it, and I'm not going to have distractions or emotions get in the way. Now, King of Wands energy is a person who it takes a born leader, initiative in life. You could be dealing with a Capricorn because of that, because Capricorns are born leaders, okay? But this is someone who has a plan, who's executing it, and they're trying to be morally sound about it, okay? They're trying to do the right thing. And they might, at this point, thinking that the right thing is no longer standing by you. Now, Geminis kind of have, they get a bad rep. A lot of times, about being fickle, about being all over the place. A lot of people don't trust Capricorns. It's possible that this person doesn't trust you. And at this point in time, they don't feel like they can be their best selves with you anymore. You might, because King of Wands can be very a good person, but they're also very hot tempered too. They can switch like this. They can lose their temper, they lose their cool, they can lose their patience, okay, because they're just very headstrong. Like they want to go, especially with this Knight of Swords backing it. Whatever they're doing in life, whether they're focusing on themselves, their goals, if they're putting plans and actions, if they're just so determined to get over you or move on, whatever the situation is, they're putting their all into it. And because they're putting so much into it, and they're backing it up so much, that's like if something was to take them off the course, it would set them off, because they want to be in this this go thing. I feel like King of Wands is someone too, like if they don't want emotions right now brought to the table. All I know is that if King of Wands is if you bring too much emotions, like if you're too needy or clingy, or you're just always trying to argue with them, or if they're trying to focus on the positives in their life or their goals or just anything, whatever they're focused on, and you're sitting here bringing the same argument to the table, or you're discussing the same things or the same personality behaviors or the same patterns, and this person's already decided listen, I don't have time for this kind of crap. We either change, go into a new direction, or it's, even if there's issues that you want to address, even if at this point in time, this person's no, I got a path, I'm following it, I'm taking, if you bring this kind of energy to a King of Wands, they will kind of cut you dry. They will cut it off. They'll go ghost. They'll go cold. They're in this energy. The person you're dealing with right now, Gemini, is in this energy where it's I don't have time for this. I don't want to deal with it. That could make them insensitive. I don't know the dynamic between you guys yet. I don't know what brought about this situation while you're watching this YouTube video. Your energy, though, is the Magician, which is Gemini. So we're going to take a look into that. But you're manifesting something. I feel like you could be trying to manifest this person. Why? I don't know. I don't know if you're still really attached or not. We're going to take a look. Maybe you feel like you're just doing better in life and you want them to see it. Maybe you just miss them. You could, let's see, before I talk anymore, let's see, what is Gemini doing? But the Magician, especially because Magician is Mercury energy too, and that's ruled by Gemini. That's a very good card to have going into the month of November. So, Gemini, I do feel like you are... I was kind of hoping to see that you were going to be more kind of focused on manifesting things for yourself, but I think at this point what you need is sort of like a hug. You need some love in your life, okay? And that's okay to admit that. It is. Because what I see here is I see you are manifesting some kind of emotions here because you have the Two of Pentacles with the King of Cups, okay? And the Cups is all about emotions, right? And it's the King too, so it's like the strongest. You are I think you want some love in your life and you want some emotions, but because this is a reading specifically about this person on your mind, I'm gonna say that you're trying to manifest something from this person. You want something, and I think you don't know how to get it from this person. I think you don't know the correct thing to say or the correct thing to do, or if you're trying to get their attention in some secret way, like you're talking to friends about them and you're hoping it gets back to them. Which, don't count on that, because I see a lot of people do that and then they get mad that their person wasn't affected. They're like, oh, I did this and this and this for them to notice me and they didn't react. They must not care. And then it turns out that this other people didn't tell this person the gossip that was being said. They didn't say, it doesn't always get back to the person that's on your mind. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just be direct with the person. But, if you are someone who's trying to get attention behind the scenes or hoping that something's going to get back to them, like you're posting things on social media, hoping that they notice when they might not even have your social media, you're hoping they have, a fake account and they're watching you. They might not, I'm not saying that's for everyone. I'm saying that does happen. So if you are someone who is just manifesting them or trying to get their attention in one way or another, I feel like you just, at this point, just don't know how. You don't know the right things to say. You don't know the right things to do. But I feel like you want, mature emotion from this person. You want to see that they still care about you. You want to see that they still have emotions from you. And you want it to be caring and compassion. Like, you don't want the hot-tempered King of Wands. You don't want that explosive, But I feel like at this point, you would take anything. But I feel like you might miss them. You might miss them, and that's okay. But I feel like you do want some emotions in your life at this point, Gemini. I feel like, something's missing for you. For the current mutual connection, now this could be you or them or both of you. It's mutual. Going into November 2020, we have the Hangman, okay? Hangman is all about contemplation, staying still, sacrifice. So we're going to take a look into that because, somebody here is definitely unhappy with the current situation. So if you're a Gemini in a happy relationship, this is probably not the spread for you. Because somebody here is unhappy with this. Unless you are in a long-term committed relationship and you want out, well, then maybe this is for you because somebody's unhappy here. Maybe your husband or wife is being selfish and they're doing whatever they want and you're feeling neglected. Who knows why you're here? Okay. Most likely that's not the case, though. Tell me about this Hangman. So the bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups in reverse. So there could be a third party blocking you two from reconciling. And if you don't know what that means, third party could be just mean there's somebody else that either your person's involved with, you're involved with. It doesn't even have to be another person. It could be friends, it could be family, but there's another energy that possibly could stop, you two from having, you know, a reconciliation or coming back together or strengthening your union here. Because the Hangman is about contemplating. Okay, so we clarified by the Ace of Wands and the Two of Swords here. I'm getting relatively different messages. So I feel like this is more than one message for the same people. I feel like in one way, because the bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. So if you were to piece all this story together, the tarot is really telling us here is that a sacrifice might be made if somebody here is in another connection with someone else, or they're allowing a friend or a family member or someone else get in between you guys. That situation would need to be sacrificed, because the Two of Swords here, there's a choice that needs to be made, right? Twos are about choosing, and the Hangman is about sacrifice. And here, the Ace of Wands is about an opportunity. Do I go for something new? What is the choice here? What is the choice? And in the month of November, there's contemplation here. This could be you. This could be your person. I feel like generally you're just unhappy with the situation. I feel like this is more your person that might have to choose here. Because they're the ones in the King of Wands energy. Though, at the very same token, you are the Magician. So you're manifesting whatever outcome. If there is something you need to say to this person, well, Gemini, you need to say it, and you need to say it with conviction and maturity and caring and nurturing, you know. And if they don't take it, well, then you did your best, right? But if you come at them hostile, because again, this is a King of Wands, if you're coming at them with some kind of energy that, you know, say you keep acting a certain way and they've you know, expressed to you that they don't cope well with the way you respond. Like if you cry a lot, if you scream a lot, if you do blocking a lot, okay? If you do any of those kind of behaviors and they don't respond well to those behaviors, then if you keep acting like that, you know, if you're always like, why won't you take me back? Or if you're always just like, I hate you, or you know, and they don't, King of Wands energy, they're in this energy right now where they're not going to respond well to that. So if you would like a different outcome with them, if you need to say something, then you need to approach it differently. With King of Cups energy, maturity with the emotions backing it. Okay. But also, you know, at the same time, there is contemplating here. It could be on your end, like whether do you want to stick around waiting for this person anymore? Is this person really your person? If they are, then they're worth it. Then you need to do what you need to do. But you really need to contemplate that, because if they're not your person, then you really just need to accept that this is going to suck moving on. It's going to hurt, but I need to rip off the Band-Aid, and I'm going to have to start that journey one way or another at one time or not. And the longer I wait, the healing, the moving on, I'm just wasting my time and prolonging my pain, because if this is really not my person, if this is not, you know, but if you know this is your person, if you know this person matched with you better than anyone else, if they got you, if they understood you, if, you know, you guys had a really strong connection, really strong bond, then, you know, but there's a lot of that. There's a lot of sacrifice here. There's a lot of contemplation. You know, if you're doing things that in any way disrespect them, or they don't like, or they don't appreciate, you know, you might have to give up some of those things to show that you care about this person or them. It could be vice versa. Okay. They would have to. But as of right now, that, you know, that's going to be, there's a lot of a lack of direction of what to do with this relationship right now, with this connection. Do I try? Do I not? Do I change? Do I not? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I do something else? Is something else better? Is something else not better? I mean, Two of Swords here, and then Two of Pentacles on your side, so a lot of contemplation here. So let's look at how they feel about you. Ooh, we gotta hurry up. See, I can, no matter how much I try to get through these readings, I never do. I really gotta quit talking so much. Ooh. Okay, so how they feel about you right now. And again, feelings can always change. So just because this is their feelings right now doesn't mean it's always going to be like that, okay? So I don't want you to get all down in the dumps. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. How they feel about you is the Four of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So here's a positive. They were really, really broken over you, Gemini. They definitely were heartbroken over you. They're definitely in pain over you. They definitely mourned for a while and a very long time over you. But they are letting you go. With the Five of Cups in reverse, with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Wands in reverse, that is a triple power energy that they are not putting their energy into this anymore. They're not coming towards you anymore. This Knight of Wands is reversed. This energy is blocked, okay? They were so passionate about you. They were so heartfelt about you. They were crazy about you. But they're letting you go now with this Four of Pentacles in reverse. At this point, it feels like a battle to them that's not even worth fighting. And it's like if you guys had a lot of arguments or fighting or anything like that, and they used to try to battle with you too, to show their point of view. But now it's like they feel like, oh, you can be right about everything. I don't even care anymore. I don't need ego in the way. I don't need pride in the way. None of it matters anymore because I feel like this person's starting to move on with this Five of Cups in reverse. And they're moving on because they let go with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And with the Knight of Wands in reverse, their direction is not coming towards you anymore. It's going towards somewhere else. Or they, I feel like that this person could just be focused. It doesn't have to be another person, Gemini, but this person is definitely driving towards something else. And the Knight of Swords is fast because that was them, but backed with the King of Wands, that's fiery, that's passion, that's action. You got two of the biggest action cards like right here on your person's side. So they are going full speed towards their dreams, their goals, their wants, or getting like what they, earned in life, but they're doing it in a way where they're creating good karma for themselves because they're not trying to do it in a way that is spiteful or hurting you, even if you think that's what they're doing, or even if at one point that's what they were doing. They're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to spite you. This person at one point was hurting over you, and I think that they're just trying to do what's best now for them. So how they think about you in the current situation and the connection with you guys is the Justice card. So we have Libra energy. So tell me more about this. Wow. Justice clarified by the Justice and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So you might be... Okay, so this is a little petty. You might have shown some jealousy, or you might have tried to make them feel less attractive than they are. You might have tried to put them down. Maybe you were just hurt. Maybe you just said some things out of pain, out of ego, out of pride. I'm not judging. I don't know. They didn't trust you. I don't know if they didn't trust you. I just know that you made them feel a certain way that they didn't like, whether you intentionally did it or not. This person might just have trust issues. Who knows? Maybe you were fine and it's just on them, right? But regardless, this person at one point feels like they were done wrong by you, whether you actually did wrong or not. This is, and I feel like that they feel like at this point things are starting to balance out and that karma is being served. Maybe you showed that you were jealous. Maybe you pretended like you were better than them, or at least you made them feel like that. and now they're stepping into their power, and maybe you're like reacting to that. Maybe you're jealous, maybe you're angry, maybe you're hostile, maybe you put them down a lot, and the more you put them down, the more they realize that, you know, maybe you're like, oh, I hate you, I do this, I do that, and maybe they just know, well, you wouldn't be acting like that if I didn't affect you. Like, your haterade towards them is actually, like, they're smart enough to know what that really means. That you still care about them, that you still have feelings for them, or that they still bother you to this extent, where they mean something to you in one way or another. The more they rise, the more it pisses you off, or the more it hurts you. And there's a part of them that I wouldn't say is over here like he, because that's not what they're doing. They're not doing that, because their energy is definitely focused on a road ahead. But there is this, it's bringing them some kind of piece of balance where they feel like karma's being finally served, where they don't have to, because again, they were mourning this connection. So I feel like your person is just starting to feel very like, it's my time to be at peace. I'm finally doing good. And maybe now it's their time to cry. It's their time to burn. It's their time to see the loss. It's their time to feel this. Insecurity and jealousy or whatever, you know, whatever. The mutual outcome for you guys going into November 2020 is the Five of Wands here, okay? Now, this is a possible outcome. Outcomes can always change. They're never set in stone, okay? Ooh. So, this is... You guys might end up coming in contact again if you guys are out of contact, if you guys are already in contact, and there's going to be more hostility here, okay? Somebody here is approaching the communication, whether that's you or them. When you guys talk, you guys, okay? Somebody here keeps trying to be aggressive or competitive or, you know, again, Five of Wands could be very jealous. It's a jealousy card. The Queen of Wands here, jealousy. I do feel like that this, I don't know if you are jealous or not. I just know that this person thinks and believes that you're jealous over them. They definitely believe that. But then that's how they think. But then in the outcome here, there is jealousy. So maybe you are jealous. You don't have to be. Could be them. But let's take a look. So, somebody here, I think there is competitiveness. The outcome is King of Pentacles with the World card. I think somebody here doesn't want this to end, and I think that somebody here is either wanting someone to fight for them, wanting to keep fighting for this connection, or someone who's not willing to not fight for this connection. Like, I'm not letting this go. I'm not letting this move on. I'm not letting this cycle close. I'm not letting us end. It's kind of like that. Somebody here wants a long-term commitment. Somebody here but somebody here is very aggressive. It's like when either you or them, but it's like one of you feels a certain type of way, but yet you can't communicate that properly. It's like you might be sitting here watching your person move on. I'm not saying you, it could be them. But it's like you're watching someone and they might have hurt you, they might have made you feel bad. And it's like you don't have it in you, or they don't have it in them to be like, hey, I'm sorry, I really want to work out. It's like someone could be afraid of rejection, or somebody is feeling so competitive because of other people in the mix, whether there are other people, whether there's friends, whatever. It's like somebody, the ego is getting in the way. They don't want to look like a fool. They don't want to be afraid of rejection, or they just don't feel confident enough to compete for the love. You know, whether that's you or them. it's like, oh, well, somebody else has got their eyes on you. I don't want to compete with that. Because, I'll just be heartbroken if I don't win you. And I don't want to feel like an option anyway. And it's kind of like that. It's like, I shouldn't even be an option. Like, screw them for even making me one. And it's like, it could be them, it could be you. But it's like, somebody here does want this relationship. It's like, I'd rather have fighting with you than nothing at all. Like, I want that. I need to see that, and yeah, it's like somebody here. It's like that will solidify the relationship to them, like that that whole I knew we were always meant to be together, or I knew we were the one, because we're gonna fight, for this, because I feel like somebody here means the world to someone, or is their world, whether they care to admit that or not. There is a sense here of competitiveness between you and them, of who can achieve more faster, who can reach greater happiness faster. And it's weird because I feel like that the more you do it, the more they do it, or the more they do it, the more you do it. And it's almost like one of you is actually like looking at the other one like, oh, this is why we're meant to be. We're exactly the same. And it's very weird. It's different. Um, but somebody here for the month of November, it looks like when you guys do talk, it looks like somebody here is just not trying to change the approach here. There is somebody here that is just always trying to fight or be conflicting, or dramatic, or there's just fights. And I feel like just somebody here might be trying to put their best foot forward, but then somebody here is just always taking jabs, or always poking, or just they just can't control their mouth long enough to not set off an argument. It's like they go into the conversation like, I'm gonna be mature, oh my god, I can't believe you, blah blah blah, or you're like this, or oh, sorry, that was my dog, I apologize, I scared her. Shh, mama's, her name's Athena, she's a beagle. It's 3:45 in the morning, and I disturbed her. And when you wake her up in the middle of the night, she gets scared. She doesn't know if it's like a house falling down. I apologize, pretty baby. Oh, she's looking at me like, how dare you? As always. Okay, so we are going to pull some advice, and we are going to take a preview of what is coming toward you anywhere from now to the next 3 months. And then we're going to pull some cards from that Twin Flame deck, okay? I need a sip of coffee for this. So for your advice regarding this connection with this person, you have the Nine of Swords. So that is about, you might have been experiencing regret, guilt, shame of how you acted. Maybe you regret some things you said or didn't say, actions you took or didn't take. You could be having migraines over this. You could have had extreme stress. Maybe this person brought you extreme stress. Insomnia, nights where you can't sleep. A lot of fears, but this is a card about, for advice, it's about facing your fears. So let's look into that. Like, I feel like there is a lot of, in this whole read so far, not speaking the truth, or figuring out the right way to say something, or afraid of rejection, or feeling insecure, or having jealousy feelings, or maybe trying to make this work, or trying to make something else work. And there is a lot of that here on this board. So when it comes to facing your, let me clarify first. Maybe that's your fear you need to face. Like, if there is something you need to say, then you need to say it the correct way, of how you feel it, not how you think it. Because up here, you could just be like, I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm hurt. But, like, what is your heart actually saying? Like, does it cry for this person at night? because that is what you need to explain. Not what's up here. You need to speak from here, you know. I mean, that could be your fear, but let's look. It doesn't have to be. An example. Are you afraid to move on? Are you afraid to let this person be happy? Do you feel like they would be winning? Like what? The card is saying face your fear when it comes to this connection. Only you will really know what that is. Yeah, face your fear of maybe letting this conflict go with this person and having either a new start with them or a new start without them. Five of Wands in reverse and the Fool card. Okay, you might be feeling like the only way to communicate with this person is to fight or for them to see your point of view or to understand how you feel. And the more you do that, you might not even notice that you are more worried about making sure that they understand what they did or how they make you feel. And in the meantime, are you taking into consideration how they feel? Maybe they don't even get to express that. Maybe they used to and they gave up because it looks like that this person maybe doesn't try to communicate that with you anymore. Because maybe you're always trying to, maybe you feel like, well, if I could just make them understand how I feel or what they did or make them see it from my point of view, maybe then we can work through our issues and make up, But maybe that's not the problem. Maybe the problem is that maybe you're focused more on that than the other side, which is how they feel, what they've gone through, things that you've done that have bothered them. That could be the conflict here. Or now the conflict could be that they're just not even wasting time on this anymore, and they're just like, I have to go somewhere else. And that might be setting you off. They might still very much care about you and not let that be known because, again, they're in this King of Wands energy where the emotions, they just don't want to deal with them right now. Because maybe in their mind, it's very one-sided. Maybe it's, you find a way to always make it about how you feel or what you're going through because you think that is the answer. Is to express that to them over and over again. Because maybe you're afraid that if you're not fighting with them over this, that you're worried that the conflict will never be resolved and maybe you can't have them back. And maybe if you don't want them back, maybe you just feel like you constantly need to vent about this situation or that they don't understand. And maybe for your peace of mind, you feel like this is what you need to do for closure, and you might feel like you're not getting it, like they just won't fight with you about this, they won't talk to you about it, they won't acknowledge it. And I think it could be just because maybe they can't acknowledge your feelings anymore if they feel like their feelings were not acknowledged. So that could be a possibility, but all I know is your advice for this connection is to face your fears. So if you don't want to fight with them anymore, if you want resolution with them, if you want just peace of mind with yourself, if you want to have a new beginning with them or without them, your advice here is, take that leap of faith. You need to face your fears. If there's something you need to speak from your heart, then you need to say it. Before it's too late, because what you do need to know is definitely not positive. It's not. Sometimes we get good messages. You have the worst card I hate to see in the deck for what's coming towards you in the near future, and that's anywhere from now to the next 3 months. That could be 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, the whole 3 months. You got the Three of Swords here. Major pain, major heartbreak, remorse, regret, could be betrayal. We're gonna look. Geez, I hate saying that. But this is what you need to know. I'm going to assume whatever you needed to face your fear for the advice. Maybe you didn't do that. Again, the future can always change. It's not set in stone. Tarot reads are like guidelines. They're like, okay, this is what path you're on. This is where it's headed. And if you don't change anything, this is where it's going to go. And that's why we pull advice. Well, like, what can I do? And the advice says you need to say something. So if this person's moving on, or even if there's not someone else in the picture, that doesn't mean that there won't be in a couple months. Or maybe there won't be. Maybe there will be. But if this person's getting a new job, if they're moving, you have no idea. Maybe this person might just in 3 months pick up and move state. You don't know. But if you really, really care about this person and you don't want to let them go, and you have anger or hostility, and it's getting in the way of you guys having healthy communication, then you need to speak from the heart. And like I said, if you speak from the heart and you keep the negative emotions out of it, and you just let them know, like, hey, I just, I do this because of this, or I feel this way, or I don't want to lose you, or I think sometimes I want to move on, but, my heart does cry for you, whatever you want to say. If you don't speak up, if you don't face your fears when it comes to this person, it looks like it will bring tremendous heartbreak. It looks like you are going to have to be the one here to take the lead. It's kind of like closed mouths don't get fed. It's kind of like that, Gemini. Okay. Yeah, clarified by the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So, this heartbreak is brought on by the fact that something here doesn't go... If you're waiting for something to just fall into your lap or to happen for you, it's not going to happen. If you're waiting for someone to chase you or to pursue you or to come after you, I'm telling you right now that if this person did at one point, they're not anymore. They're putting their directions and their focus somewhere else at this point. They're planning on it if they haven't already. And they are going to consume themselves with it if they're not already. And once they're on that path, they are full speed ahead, okay? There is no stopping that choo-choo train. Like, speak now or forever hold your peace type of deal. Because this heartbreak's going to be brought on by the fact that, you're not going to receive the news you wanted from this person. You're not going to receive what you wanted. You're not going to have a new opportunity. Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse because somebody let go. How they felt about you is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. They are letting go. Your heartbreak in the future is because somebody here let go. And while you were hoping for a new opportunity with them, some good news, some good communication, maybe a new offer, a new start, a reconciliation, anything, some token of love, it's in reverse. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And if your advice wouldn't be to face your fears if that wasn't the advice not meant for you. So whatever that means, you really, really need to figure that out. And you might be saying in here, I'm not afraid. I've spoken to them. There's something here you're not seeing. There's something here you're not acknowledging within yourself, within your mind. Maybe how you speak to them. This is how I learned. When someone was trying to call me out on my bullshit, I'm like, what are you talking about? I have every right to speak how I feel, right? I decided to record myself a couple times and then listen to it weeks or months later when I was totally in a different state of mind and calmed down. And I'm just like, damn, if someone talked to me like that and I was like sitting here doing my own thing, being happy, I wouldn't want to deal with it. So that's how we grow. That's how we grow, is by removing our emotions, speaking how we feel, but removing our emotions out of does that make sense? That might not make sense. All right. Figure out what your fear is. If it's losing this person forever, then you need to speak up. You need to speak up. And you might be sitting here trying to take the strong route, like, I'm moving on. They don't deserve me, blah, 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 blah. Maybe they hurt you, okay? But I've seen a lot of people who get hurt and still go back to the person that they want to be with because the heart wants what the heart wants, and you can't let the ego get in the way, okay? There are people who forgive people for things. You don't have to sit here and be like, oh, they don't deserve me. I have to move on. If I take them back, I'm going to look like a clown. But then, yeah, you don't take them back, but the only one who looks like a clown is going to be you when you're hurting over them every day because you didn't take them back and then they moved on and, it's don't ever let your ego get in the way. What your heart wants, what it wants, okay? Now, if this person's completely horrible for you and they abuse you or anything like that, well, then don't listen. Okay, I'm going to shut up. We got to go. Okay, we're going to pull Twin Flame deck cards. So if your person say anything to you at all, what would they say? Okay, so positives, like I said, maybe this person, it's not that they don't have emotions towards you, it's that the fact that they're choosing not to. They're cutting it off. They're trying to focus their direction, but that doesn't mean that they don't have feelings or emotions for you. I did tell you that they were mourning over you, okay? But they're probably just not expressing that at this point, because at this point they're just thinking that moving on is like what they need to do, right? So with the two cards we pulled, if your person, how they really feel, if they could say anything to you, what would they feel? I'm more affected than you know, and you've been in my dreams. So this person's been dreaming about you, Gemini. You know, because on the outside in their awake world, they're so focused. But, you know, they can't distract themselves when they sleep. And you come into their subconscious, you know. Maybe that's why it appears that it's so easy for them to be moving forward, because they still get to see you in their dreams, you know. So keep that, you know. But decide. November, you guys got the Hangman. It's a month of contemplation. Anywhere from now to the next 3 months, you're going to be facing that Three of Swords energy, if this is your story. Your advice is to figure this out now. Face your fears. You got one last shot. Even if you think they want nothing to do with you, even if you think that they're moving on, even if there's someone else. It's like if you let the person you love walk down the altar with someone else and they say, speak now or forever hold your peace. There are people who will run into that church or that wedding and say, stop, I love you. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But if you do not try to stop this wedding with this person going in a different path in life, then you just speak now, forever hold your peace. You might just have to wait for the next decade or something, or hope that you run down the line in 40 years from now with each other, you know? Anyway, guys, that is what I have for you guys. I have no idea if I'm going to do that new spread or another sign, but we'll see how it plans out. Okay, anyway. Until next time, guys. See you then. Oh, hit that like button. Okay? Thanks. Bye.